how they think that they're going to compete for that league next season. They are not. Kyle Walker is leaving the club. Nico G might be leaving the club. Ortega might be leaving the club. And finally, Thomas Partey in a bit of hot water and Arsenal in a bit of hot water. So let's start off with Walker off to Burnley for a potential £5 million. Now, for him to be able to hit that 5 million, he needs to play at least 70% of the games, and Burnley have to not get relegated. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on Kyle Walker this season. Terms and conditions in that make it near on impossible to. What happens when we play Burnley? Do we just let him get away with it? If we're top of the league, do we just let him get away with it so we could sell Kyle Walker for 5 mil? Then again, he'll probably come back when he starts pissing on the corner flag at Turf Moor anyway. But joking aside, he's always been weak-minded off the pitch. His mentality on the pitch is very, very good, but off the pitch, he's a bit of a knob, really. That's the problem with him. He's just a little bit of a knob, and I don't forget everything he's done for Manchester City, what he's done for us. I don't forget that. I won't forget that. At one point, he was the Premier League's best right back, and possibly could be the Premier League's best ever right back. He's up there. He's up there for it. The problem with Kyle Walker is his narcissistic nature got in the way of fighting for his place and fighting in them games where we are losing. His mentality is that weak that what he did was just dip and run off to AC Milan instead. You don't get a second chance with Pep. You get one chance with Pep, and if you burn it, that's it. The bridge is gone. The bridge is burnt. So that's my bit on Kyle Walker. Moving on, there's potential news / rumours of Nico G already wanting to leave the club and the club wanting to get rid of Nico G. Apparently, a mutual decision is to be made. I don't think this is the case. This comes from a source by the name of Team Talk, and for me, it's just not got. Like I always say, there's no smoke without fire, but this one, there's a tiny little wisp of vapor. It's not even smoke. So the problem is, this is his career. He's not going to mess about for too long. You don't expect him to mess about for too long. But he's already come out and said that he doesn't mind being an understudy to Rodri, as long as Pep assures him, like, yeah, you are in my plans. You will make it to the team one day. Maybe he's happy with that. Let's hope he's happy with that, because we've already seen that there's a good player in there. On the other side, if we do sell Nico G, obviously that warrants the purchase of Morgan Gibbs-White, getting rid of a non-homegrown and bringing in a homegrown player. So in the grand scheme of things, it does sound good on paper, but at the same point, we are not that type of club that we don't wreck careers of players. We don't do that. Calvin Phillips, that was on him. Obviously, he was given plenty of chances. He come back from international unfit or overweight, Pep said, and then apologised later. But what he wanted to do was get that news out there, basically saying like Calvin Phillips isn't playing because he's overweight. So yeah, God knows what happened there. Maybe that's a morale thing, but yeah, who knows? So yeah, this comes from a source by the name of Team Talk, and they're a bit of a trust me bro source, and there wasn't a lot of reactions to their post, so take it with a pinch of salt. For me, Nico G will stay, but it has to be mentioned, as it's being mentioned across the socials and whatever. Some more potential levers should be coming out now. News should be coming out. Gundogan probably can't be that far away from going to Galatasaray, because that's been hinted for a long time. And Ortega, I think if Ortega goes, it'll be very, very soon. And watch out for this one. Ortega to Chelsea. Ortega to Chelsea is very, very doable, because there's a big sample size of Ortega in the Premier League. He's a good keeper. He's just not number one worthy. But for Chelsea, it's definitely a step up from what they got. They got Petrovic, they got Sanchez, they got others there. But yeah, so I think Ortega. I'd be stupid not to come in for Ortega. Chelsea, that's just written in the stars, that one. He'd be decent for Chelsea. And maybe, if he's a mainstay in a team, maybe he does polish up on his the little details. But yeah, I reckon we can get 30, 40 mil for Ortega if he goes to Chelsea or whatever. So yeah, look out for that one. I reckon that yeah, Nevins Romano coming at you. Yeah, so like I said, there's a big sample size, and Chelsea's probably looking at him. They're probably looking at a lot of options, but I think Ortega is a deal that they could do, and a deal that we'd be happy to do. And we get a non-homegrown, and we try and bring in a homegrown English keeper. Or I know Trafford's off to Newcastle, but there's nothing stopping us going for a Dean Henderson. I know there's plenty of City fans that don't want an ex-United player, but he hates United now. Let's be fair. He hates United. I think Dean Henderson, he's very focused on his career, and you should be going for players like that. Not focusing on the smaller details. Focus on your career, do well, and then come to City. Yeah, I'd be happy. I'd be happy with him. Finally, let's touch on it. Pause. Thomas Partey in a bit of hot water. Arsenal in hot water as well, because Arsenal have been defending Thomas Partey up until these charges come, and now they're distancing themselves. So what they've done is they've left Thomas Partey in the shit, really. Thomas Partey's been charged. Obviously, he's got to go to court. We've seen it with Benjamin Mendy. Went to court, cleared of all charges. So Arsenal look very snidey and very, very shady if it comes back that Thomas Partey is innocent. And you can't say like, oh yeah, he's this, he's that. I'm not going to say the word, but you can't say it, because innocent until proven guilty. That's still a thing. And yeah, he's been accused, and if it is true, then thoughts go out to anyone affected by such travesty. But yeah, innocent until proven guilty. When that day comes and he is guilty, treat him as such. But Arsenal have basically left him in the lurch. Arsenal now, they've got about 5 bajillion midfielders. How they think that they're going to compete for that league next season, they are not. Arsenal will not be in contention for the Premier League. It's going to be City and Liverpool. Chelsea third probably, but Arsenal dropping off, slipping off, and always a bridesmaid, never the bride. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think about this video. Are you going to miss Kyle Walker? Is it the right time for him to go? What do you think of the Nico Gonzales rumours? Ortega to Chelsea? Could it happen? And Thomas Partey, what are your opinions on that? Like the video, subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.